party's not over. The party's not over. I want to thank Bonnie Williams for her suggestion of the movie We Are Stronger. Great movie. We just ended that. We started at 7:05. However, and I wonder, Mary Brockman, are you still up in that chat room? There you go. Mary Brockman is still there. Bonnie Williams, she wants to kiss us goodnight. Wish us well. This is past her bedtime. Mrs. Biggs has already told me past her bedtime. She's out of here. But I want to thank everybody. Can I tell y'all the secret? Just on early numbers. And we've been building in number week after week after week regarding the movies. The Animal Farm, and then the Gospel of John, and then tonight We Are Stronger. Tonight we had the largest viewing audience we've ever had for our movie night. The largest one. And I am telling you, next week, it's on. It's on. It really is. It's going to be great. And I like this because conservative values, Christian values, capitalism, constitutionalism, individual sovereignty, those are the issues in the messages that you hear in our movies. We're not ashamed to tell you, not at all. We are not ashamed of the good news of conservatism, for it is the power of liberation, first to the Republican and then to the socialists. But on our movie nights, we try to give you the best, the brightest, and the most fun that you can possibly have. Tonight, I know people are still piling in to watch the movies. And I am not petty. I'm not being petty here. Yes, I am. I'm being very petty. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, by popular demand, this segment, this movie night has become very, very popular. By popular demand, we're going to have an editor's choice that will play at 10 o'clock at night, 10:05 in fact, and we will have the People's Choice, which will play at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We will give you a opportunity a whole week to choose which movie will be the movie that will be played at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be presented by our staff, Bonnie Williams, my producer. I happen to be the president of the company. So we're going to come together. We're going to put our brains together, find out what two movies, and put them out on Facebook for tomorrow morning. And then you got until the end of the week to decide which will be the movie that we will play on Sunday night. We already have an editor's choice for next week. And so thank you all. They said that this wouldn't work. I'm telling you, I've had conservatives tell me that's the dumbest thing you could possibly do is play movies. No one's going to stay up and watch your movies. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I think we're sending a message to America. Listen, this movie was done in the 1960s. It's called I Pass for White. And the message in the story is a very succinct one that has not yet been learned even by the millennial age of today. It is not the color of your skin. It is the content of your character. In our day and age where people use abusive tongue in order to tell you that your ideals are based on the color of skin, not the content of character, I think it's poignant that we look back at a time period where race was everything, and being the wrong color meant any and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started with that, you know I like to laugh. And I want to set this up. I want to give you enough time. Some of you all watching that last movie, We Are Stronger, you're weeping. You need to get yourself together. You need to get some popcorn for this next movie. You need to call and tell your boss that you're sick because you're not going to be on time tomorrow because you're staying up watching this movie. But however way it is, go get your popcorn, go get your juice, go get your soda, or just sit right here for a very nice prelim to this particular movie. It is from the apostles of comedy.
The time of my sacrifice has drawn nigh.
Please, let us join hands. O merciful Father, in my absence, look down upon these my disciples as they face their greatest test. For some, O Lord, they will lay the foundations of a church so powerful that it will shape the very destiny of man. My Father prepares rooms for each of you in his heavenly home. I go to meet you there.
Peter, why the change of seats?
We're at a dip on that side.
Oh, I thought we called no seat changes, right?
I couldn't hear anything from over there. I didn't even hear what he said.
From right there, you couldn't hear anything.
No.
Matthew, we need to move on. Everyone does.
Judas, we just shared his bread and his wine, his blood and his flesh. Let us not forget that.
You know, I hear Mary Magdalene's sharing quite a bit of his bread, if you know what I mean.
Okay, that is disgusting. Okay, knock that off.
She's not like that, guys, so...
She's like that. But...
No, you're right. She's obviously saving herself for you.
We're just friends, Thomas. Okay, that's ridiculous, so...
You know, it's no shame that she picked Jesus over you, but with his, like, rock-hard abs.
Easy on the gay,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Big, long hair.
Easy on the gay,
Big,
Thomas.
long hair. It's just...
You're this close to
work
getting
the
kicked
body.
out, man.
Thank you.
I'm not the only one who looked at him like that, right? Right, John?
Is everything okay here, guys?
Yeah,
Fine.
we're okay.
All right. I got to cycle out, so if you guys don't mind settling up.
Is it possible we can get separate scrolls?
Ooh, yeah.
We asked for them at the beginning.
Yeah.
Peter?
Good. Everything's just going to be great. No, you know...
You okay?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Doesn't really add up. There's only 12 of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to nail down.
Oh, brothers, perhaps this is the test that Jesus was telling us about.
Yeah, well, we all have the bread and we all have the wine, so let's just all chip in.
Yeah, I guess you'd see it that way. Yeah, sure.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh, nothing. You know, never mind, actually. As a matter of fact, here, you know what? Forget about it. You just sit there and just let us pay for the bill because you didn't have all the food. No, you didn't.
So I'm sorry, I just assumed that everyone would be, like, eating the bread and drinking the wine.
Okay, you ate half the bread. The wine jug is still half empty. I've never seen anybody eat so much and yet throw so much on the ground at the same time.
There's nothing on the ground.
Look,
Yeah,
sister.
okay. You're wasteful.
One bite out of an apple.
I'm not trying to cheat you guys out of anything.
We know, Thomas.
I mean, what do you want from me?
Nothing. It's
What do
fine.
you...
Every time we go out to eat, you do this. You pull this little song and dance where you start getting all dramatic.
Isn't
I
helping.
don't get dramatic.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Let it be, let it be.
I'm trying to make it
Tried to make this night a good night for everybody. I took a few liberties, ordered a few more pieces of bread, but like, come on.
All right, fine.
What is this?
Relax. I went a little overboard, okay?
It's
Okay, given
This
the circumstances, I think we could make an exception.
I could finish this food. I don't want this food to go to waste. So waste not, want
Thomas,
not.
Thomas. This has
Okay,
nothing.
want food on
causing
here.
a
Waste?
scene.
I
This has
want
nothing to do with
food.
food.
Shut your face, Thomas.
You're so good at taking the attention off of what the issue is, and the issue is that you're a f***ing cheapskate, man.
Oh, Thomas. This is blasphemy! Stop it! Have we learned nothing today? You know, I ask myself, what would Jesus do? He would have wanted us to work together. Now, perhaps we should remember the way we fed the crowd at Bethsaida.
Shall we pass a basket around as we did then?
Yes, it's a great idea. God bless you. And mine?
It's mine. I just had the grapes.
It does feel good, doesn't it? This is good. It feels good to be good. Yes.
Whoa.
You doing well there, Judas?
Are Are you kidding me, guys? You totally did not have to do this. I knew you were up to something, though. I could sense it, but you didn't have to do this. Oh. Good. I didn't want that anyway. Probably stupid.
Is it your birthday, Peter?
Yeah, it's my birthday, but whatever. Who cares? I'm not sensitive. I don't give it.
Happy birthday, Peter.
Happy birthday,
Yes,
Peter.
happy birthday, Peter.
Happy birthday, Peter.
Shut up, guys.
Happy birthday, Peter.
You know, even Jesus forgot.
Happy birthday, Peter.
He forgot. I just tried to.
Happy birthday, Peter.
It's not your fault, Peter.
Happy birthday, Peter. Happy birthday, Peter.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you can have a sense of humor on this matter, the Last Supper. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Exceptional Conservative Show. Well, actually, it's TECN TV Movie Night. I apologize. I'm so used to being up at this hour and saying that. But it's the Exceptional Conservative Network. You found us at the exceptionalconservativeshow.com. I am truly excited for the largesse number of people tuning in and watching the movies tonight. Coming up in this particular moment is a movie called I Pass for White. And it is a story, a sordid story of how a black woman, or at least a woman of fair African and European origin, uses the color of her skin to get what she wants. However, it ends in great disaster. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. We will have some trivia during this time period about the 60s. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm going to be a little bit more light than I was in the last movie on D-Day. And I want you all to sit back. Hopefully you got all your drinks and all your food and you're ready to enjoy a great movie. Let's get started.
like the music, Eddie. Just think it's my brother's opening night with his own group, and he's playing this song especially for me.
Sure as could be. He must be very proud of him.
Oh, I am. Will you do something for me?
Sure, baby.
Just take this note and give it to Chuck when this number finishes. It's from Gran. And ask him to come sit with us if he can.
Okay, I'll be right back. Any of these chicks go? You got me, Mac.
What are you doing here? Who are you?
Me? I'm the cat you're waiting for. I think we can make...
Mister, I don't know you, and I don't want to. And I'm with someone. Now, you get away from here.
Doll, you're chopping me. Is this man bothering you, Bernice?
Yes. Now, you better leave, mister.
What are you doing here? You colorblind? This girl's white. We're on a date. What's it to you? Well, she's got a better date. Now split, Rastus.
You're the one who'd better go.
One of those, huh? Listen, you have no right to touch a girl like that. You know better than her.
Break it up now. All right. Break it up. Let me go. Let me go. You standing up for this? Ah, shut up.
Are you all right, Eddie?
That's nothing. I'm all right.
Chuck, we're going to leave.
No, nobody's gonna leave.
He's wrong, not us.
I'll take care of all the effects of Miss Bundy.
Chuck, I don't want to cause any more trouble.
It wasn't your fault. Now, you and Eddie sit back down. Come on.
All right, Chuck. I'll go wash up. I'll be back.
I'll see what Dean here. How did it start? That guy get fresh?
Yes. While Eddie was away from the table, and then he thought I was white.
Oh, same old thing.
I guess I'll have to wear a sign around my neck saying I'm a Negro. Same thing at school today. Chuck, I'm quitting. I'm going to get a job and help out at home.
P, if you only wait a while. The boys and I are only getting scale now. But if we go good here, I'll soon be able to make enough so you won't have to work. For Mom either. Then she can come home instead of working for those people.
Let's not talk about that now. This is your big night. The start of a new name in jazz. Charles Beethoven Lee. I'm so proud of my big brother.
Thanks, P. I gotta get back now. We'll play something special for you.
How's Chuck doing in that nightclub joint?
Just fine, Gran. Everybody loves their music.
What's the matter, baby?
Oh, Gran, I've never had such a terrible day in my life.
Everybody has those. What happened?
Just everything. Today at school and tonight.
What about school?
Well, I made friends with a nice white girl.
And when she found out you were colored, she wasn't so nice?
Yes. I meant to tell her after classes, but at lunchtime she spread it all over school that I was a smart little Negro girl passing for white. Now all the girls snub me, including the Negro girls. Gran, I can't go back to that school ever. I'm so ashamed.
You better talk to your mother about quitting school.
I'm going to in the morning.
Well, what happened tonight?
Well, tonight, a white man started a fight with Eddie over me. He thought I was white, so he picked on Eddie.
Did Eddie get hurt?
Well, no, not much. Just mad. They broke it up.
Too bad it happened.
It happens every place I go, Gran. Because I'm different.
Those are shabby people. And there are lots of them, white ones and colored ones. But there are lots of real good people who don't care what your race or color is. People like the Carrs back in Virginia. Ah, when I worked for Mrs. Carr, I was with real ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to see you with people like that.
I'd love to know people like Mrs. Carr. People who don't look down on you if you're Negro. But how am I going to know people like that, Gran? I'm nothing.
Don't say that. You're as good as anybody, anywhere. And you can be proud of your family just like I am.
Oh, Gran, I am proud of my family. But I'm different. I'm not really a Negro, and I'm not a white. Why can't I be what I look to be? What people take me for?
So you're thinking about passing for white?
How can I help but think about it? I am white, like my grandfather. I know you don't talk much about it, Gran, but you married a white man.
Yes, I did. But if I had it all to do over again, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, why, Gran?
Children, honey. Having children of mixed blood like you, especially like you, there's where the real trouble is.
Oh, I understand, Gran, but I'm not going to get married. I've thought about it a lot, and I don't want to get married.
That's what you think now.
Well, why couldn't I get a job as a white girl, just at work?
How could you be white at work and colored at home? You'd start making white friends and telling lies. Besides, your mother wouldn't stand for it. She's strong against passing and worries about you all the time.
But there are some who pass.
They're living behind lies.
I wish I could be a real Negro or a real white person. Somebody. I don't know what to do.
Well, my dear, you did very well on your typing and aptitude test.
Thank you.
You may start Monday as a file clerk and typist. And later on, if you complete your shorthand, you'll stand a good chance for... I'm terribly sorry, Miss Lee. I didn't know you were Negro. The store has a policy. It's not personal, but...
Don't explain. I understand.
Miss Lee, I could hire you for an elevator girl.
No, thank you.
Too bad. If you hadn't put it down, you'd have gotten the job. I would have liked you to have had it.
I appreciate that. And thank you very much.
Well, here's your Dramamine, miss. This will make you feel a lot better. Thank you. Oh, we'll be in Chicago soon, so if you'd like to take a little walk, you may.
Thank you.
Excuse me, miss, is this seat taken?
No.
Thank you. Would you like a paper?
No, thank you.
Fasten your seat belts, please.
Missy, are you feeling ill?
A little.
Oh, sorry. Can I get you anything? A Dramamine?
Oh, no, thank you. I've had 2 already.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Awful.
Would you like to have a drink? We have scotch, bourbon, and martinis.
Why, no, thank you.
Yes, miss, I'd like martini, please.
All righty.
You know, miss, you shouldn't think about it. It just makes it worse. Now, maybe I can help you. What do you like to talk about? Books, music, art, literature, football?
Oh, I don't mean to be impolite, mister, but I do not want to talk.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
Here's your drink, sir.
Thank you. Now, miss, don't say anything, please, but just listen. Now, what you really need is a drink. I know you think it'll be disagreeable, but if you'll drink this martini, it'll settle your stomach and pick you up. I always have a drink when I get on a plane. Helps smooth out the rough bumps.
Really?
That's right. Now, what do you say, miss? Miss,
Lila Brownell.
well, I'm Frederick Layton. Rick for short. Now, look, you drink that, and you'll forget all about being sick.
All right, Mr. Layton, I'll try. Anything to get rid of this horrible feeling.
Now, go ahead. That's right. Now, you give that a minute, and then drink the rest of it, and you'll feel much better. You know, as a matter of fact, it seems to me that seasickness and air sickness is all mental anyway.
What about you? I drank your drink.
Oh, well, I'll ring for another one. Excuse me. There. Well, how does that feel now?
Well, not very good. I'm getting all hot inside.
Well, now, wait a minute. You just relax and forget about it. As I was saying, it seems to me that it's all mental anyway. If you let your mind dwell on the plane and the motion of the plane, where you are, the plane going back and forth, up and down with the wind currents, if you let your mind do that, then you're bound to. What's the matter, miss? Oh, are you going to...
Oh, this is not mental. Oh, would you like another martini, sir?
No. No, thanks. One was enough.
It's nice of you to give me a lift, Mr. Layton.
Well, it was nice of you to let me, after what I did to you with that martini.
Don't even mention it. Besides, I wasn't feeling too well the whole trip.
Are you from California?
No, I'm from Virginia, Richmond. I was just visiting California, an aunt.
Ah. You going to be staying here long before going back home?
For a while. I may decide to stay. I've never been here before.
Well, you'll find it a lot different from, Richmond, was it?
Yes.
I should have known from your accent.
Is my accent that noticeable?
Oh, no, it isn't broad. It's just that, well, I do seem to detect a certain inflection in y'all's speech. Your family must feel bad about you leaving home.
Yes.
You from a large family? Brothers, sisters? Am I asking enough questions?
You just said something, Mr. Layton.
I'm sorry. But I did manage to squeeze a little information out of you, didn't I? Now, you haven't told me where to drop you off, and that's a statement.
The Marazan. It's a hotel for girls.
All right. The Marazan, please.
Thanks ever so much, Mr. Layton.
Oh, listen, Lana, it was my pleasure. Good luck to you. Be seeing you.
Bye now. I'd like to get a small room and arrange to have my meals here.
I'm sorry, miss, we haven't had a vacancy for 2 weeks. But I can put you on our waiting list.
Oh, dear. Could you suggest another hotel for girls?
You might try the Lexicon, a couple of blocks down Lexington Avenue.
All right, thanks, I will.
Well, your typing's all right.
And your appearance is certainly something.
Caucasian.
Mr. Gordon's a hound for detail.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Miss Roberts, have we heard from Colin this morning?
No, we haven't, Mr. Gordon. Would you like to see the applications now, Mr. Gordon? This young lady is one of the applicants. The one on top.
Yes, I see. Very interesting. Seems very efficient. The type of young lady we need around here.
Miss Brownell, Mr. Gordon.
How do you do?
Hello.
Here, Miss Roberts, we won't need these. Well, miss, when can you start?
Why, any time. Now, tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be fine. Miss Roberts here will explain everything. We're very happy to have you with us, Miss Brownell.
Oh, thank you, Miss Roberts. You did it. You really did. No, Lila. You did it. Gordon, evil? Yes. But what you might call an inactive wolf. He has all he is, but not the... Oh, actually, he's very nice. Now, how would you like a few details about your work? Fine. This is your desk. The filing cabinet's in back.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Gordon.
Good morning, Miss Brownell. You seem very cheerful this morning. Getting familiar with our system?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm having a little trouble with the trade language, but I'll get it.
Miss Brownell, if you have any trouble with anything, you just come into my office and I'll be very happy to see to it.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon.
Good morning, Miss Roberts. So, I want to remind you girls to come to our advertising agency's cocktail party tonight at the Rodent.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon. We'll be there.
Sally, are we really invited to a party?
We're more than invited. We're ordered to go. It's the annual shindig for the ad company's clients. But it's great. About 200 men to 24 girls. You'll love it.
Oh, boy, my first New York party. That's something. What'll I wear?
Just what you got on. We go from here.
No, I don't want to drink, Sally.
Hang on to it anyway. People won't bother you. Just sip it.
Isn't there any place for people to sit down?
No, nobody ever sits at these things. The whole idea is to crowd people together, get acquainted easier. Nothing like personal contact. Oh, that reminds me. The boss wants to see you. Probably wants to see how you feel.
Excuse me.
Excuse me?
Pardon me. Miss Brownell. Excuse me. Lila.
Mr. Layton.
No, Rick, remember? Gee, I've been looking all over town for you. Well, now listen, if that's a martini, you remember I didn't give it to you.
Oh, no, not this time. Sally gave it to me, but I'm not going to drink it, honest.
Sally, who?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sally, this is Mr. Layton. Rick meets Sally Roberts.
Well, hello, Miss Roberts. Nice to know you. Excuse me just a minute. Jay! Hey, Jay, come on over here. Oh, Jay, I found her. Miss Brownell, Jay Morgan.
Hello, Mr. Morgan.
Glad to know you, Miss Brownell. Oh, now I know why Rick was looking for you.
And Miss Roberts, Mr. Morgan.
Sally,
Jay.
imagine that. You're the stranger in town, and you're introducing me to men. Shall we get you a drink?
Oh, yes, thanks.
Here's the drink I owe you.
Oh, well, thank you.
You said you were looking for me.
Yes, for 2 days.
But how do you happen to be at this party? Are you with the agency?
No, I just came in here looking for you, and then all these people pushed me in.
But how did you know I was here?
Well, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. First, I called all the girls' hotels in New York until I found the lexicon. Then I threatened to beat up the woman at the desk until she told me where you worked. And your receptionist at the office told me about this party, and here I am. Okay with you?
I'm glad you came. I don't know any of these people except Sally and our boss, Mr. Gordon, and
Well, then look, Lila, why don't we get out of this mess?
Well, a little later we could. But I better go find the boss so he'll know I was here.
Oh, okay. You want me to wait here?
No, you better come with me, or I'll never get away from him. He's crazy for girls.
What's the matter with that?
Nothing.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. See you later. Bye-bye. Rick? Yes, we're going dancing tonight. Well, I must say you're moving fast with Rick Layton. You know, when you started going with him, I decided to do a little snooping. The Laytons are an old New England family. Money and social standing. You're doing all right. Has he made a pass at you yet? No, of course not. He's real nice. But he did try to kiss me. You mean you didn't let him? No, it was in a restaurant. But I like him a lot. What about you and Jay? You're dating him, aren't you? I'll say I am. He's the swellest boy I ever met. And to think that you introduced me to him. Well, has he made a pass at you? Sure, from the beginning. You don't mean you... Now, wait a minute. You're getting ahead of me. Say, why don't we get together? I've got a date with Jay Friday. I'll cook dinner in my flat. All right, we'd love it. I'll ask Rick.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for staying up and watching this great movie. It is called I Passed for White. Sonia Wilde, who was on Broadway, playing Maria in West Side Story, did this movie. There are a number of great actors in this particular film. And it is noted here that she used her race in order to achieve a certain end. And character matters a greater deal than color. I look white, I married white, now I must live with a secret that can destroy us both. Your color should never be so volatile that it would destroy a relationship. Unfortunately, many people believe that, and I believe you have the right to discriminate. I just hope that you discriminate based on character and not color. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a question that I must produce tonight as we remember the 60s And I have to put this question in the chat roll, especially for Mary Brockman, who may be leaving us a little early this particular evening. I love you, Mary. I really do. What did John F. Kennedy, who did John F. Kennedy defeat in the U.S. presidential election in 1960? Was it number 1, J. Edgar Hoover, number 2, Ronald Reagan, number 3, Richard Nixon, or number 4, Barry Goldwater? You got the answer. Put it down in our chat roll. And we look forward to your return right after this message.
Hi guys, so I am back with another haul. You guys know I collaborate with Shein every month. They are one of my favorite companies to work with because I really love a lot of their clothing. So I'm sharing my picks with you this month from the website. So yeah, I'm just going to basically just show you the items, and if you have any questions, just leave them below in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to answer for you. I have told you guys repeatedly, Shein is an Asian-based company. You're gonna have hits, you're gonna have misses. I follow the size chart. Most of the time it works for me, but not all of the time. Most of the time their items work for me. Sometimes, you know, we have some duds. So I think that's it. Let's get into the haul. For you guys, use the natural 20 for a discount on the Shein website. So that's cool that they gave me a discount code for y'all to use. So I will see you guys in my next haul video. I don't know when that will be because I've kind of pumped the brakes on my shopping. Y'all know I shop a lot. I like to shop. But my birthday's coming up, so I want to like pump it a little bit because I'm going to be going to Europe. Hopefully that's what I'm going to do. That's what I want to do right now. I want to go to Europe for my birthday. So we'll see. And yeah, I think that's all for now. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!
People ask how you are up since you've been doing the movie since 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're fast approaching the midnight hour and you're still going. This is all practice for election 2020. I just want to let y'all know this is all practice for election 2020. Welcome to TECN TV, the Exceptional Conservative Network. You can watch us at theexceptionalconservativeshow.com. You can watch us live on YouTube as well, and InItLive.tv out of St. Louis, Missouri. Tough question tonight in terms of the 1960s. Do you remember them? A lot of us don't remember the 60s, and there are a number of reasons why. Just ask your grandparents, they'll tell you. Who did John F. Kennedy defeat in the U.S. presidential election in 1960? 1960, the year that this movie was done and put to the motion picture screens, earning nearly $2 million. Ladies and gentlemen, no, it wasn't a blockbuster hit, but it did well. The answer to the question is Kennedy defeated Nixon. And I do mean barely. Kennedy defeated Nixon in the popular vote, 49.72%, to Nixon's 49.55%. And in the electoral vote, Kennedy blew him away. He got 303 electoral votes. Nixon 219. It's amazing. That's when the Electoral College was working for the Democrats. It's not working now. Get the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you sit down, buckle up, and get ready. We're about to enjoy another wonderful segment from a great movie from the 1960s. I look white. I'm married white. Now I must live with a secret that can destroy us both. I pass for white with Sonia Wild.
Dinner at my flat. All right, we'd love it. I'll ask Greg.
Well, here it is. What do you think of it?
Well, I think it's fine.
Hello, Eddie.
Good evening, miss. Hi, Mr. Layton. Everyone's gone. The place is all yours. The record player's over there.
Oh, that's swell, Eddie. Thanks a lot. How long can we stay?
Oh, all night if you wish, so long as you latch the door on the way out. You sure you don't want me to play the piano?
No, thanks, Eddie. I think we'll get along just fine.
Thank you. Night, miss.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, Eddie.
Where on earth did you get such a crazy idea?
Well, I got it from you. You said you like dancing and like lots of room, so well, Eddie, he plays music out at the club. We set this up. Lila, if you don't like it, we can
Oh,
always...
no, I think it's wonderful. We have this whole dance floor to ourselves and a zillion records. Oh, silly, no one can dance this close.
Well, there really isn't much to tell about myself. I got my BA in my business administration at Cornell. Then I went to work for my father, mainly in metal products, including golf clubs. I think he's going to turn that division over to me later on. And I get a chance to travel around the country quite a bit. Gives me an excuse to play some more golf. That's how I happened to be on that Chicago plane.
Let's not talk about that, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, kids, I gotta make a train.
And I'm going down to the station with him.
Oh, well, now, isn't that too bad? You have to leave us here all by ourselves.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
I'll be back. Later.
So long.
So long.
Bye.
Bye. It was such fun. I'm sorry they had to leave, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm glad.
Why? Oh, stop that. You're twisting that poor cat's ears off. You're sadistic.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't hurt that cat. I love animals.
Well, I'd hate to have you love me and pull my ears like that.
Well, I wouldn't be pulling your ears. I'd be kissing them.
I've never had anyone kiss my ears before. Mr. Layton, I didn't ask for a massage.
A massage? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm kind of new at it. I need a little practice.
Well, I'll get you the cat back.
No, Lila, wait. Wait. Now, look, no hands. No hands. How's that?
Sweet. You must stop. We can't keep on doing that.
I'm sorry, Lila. I just can't be near you without wanting to kiss you or touch you. I've never known anyone like you before.
What do you mean, like me?
Well, I mean, you're so full of life, exciting, beautiful.
You calling me all that?
Lila, you're everything you make me feel.
Oh, stop saying so much, Rick. You don't know much about me. Oh, Rick, you shouldn't be kissing me and kissing me. Hello? Why, yes, Rick. There's something wrong. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You what? Oh, you love me? Oh, you want me to marry you? Oh, Rick, do you know what you're saying? Are you awake? Rick, listen to me. It's too soon. I don't think we know each other well enough. There's so much you don't know about me. Why don't you wait and find out how you feel later? But you can wait, honey. Well, no, I can't meet you right now. I have to go to work in the morning. I have to sleep. I don't know, Rick. I have to think. Call me in 2 or 3 days. Think it over.
Here. You say you're Negro, but your grandfather was white, and your father was almost white. I say you're as much a white person as Negro. More so because of your coloring. You're as white as I am, and the cross between the two has certainly turned out a very beautiful person.
Thanks, honey. But that doesn't solve my problem.
If there's a problem, then you are in love with him.
Oh, yes, I am so much so. But I can't marry him, can I?
That's an awful big question, Lila. Are you absolutely sure you want to marry him?
Oh, yes, absolutely sure. I've never known anything like it from the very beginning. I tried to pretend that it was only the novelty of going out with a nice white boy. But I forgot that right away, that I was Negro and he was white. It all seemed so natural, like it was meant to be. I just didn't think of it anymore.
Well, you're in a tough spot. I wish I could tell you what to do. But there are things you've got to think about. His family, for instance. They're the kind that will insist on knowing your background, and believe me, you can't let them. If you tell Rick and he tells them, you're gone.
If I tell Rick, I'm sure he'll tell them. He's like that. He's already told me they talk about everything important.
It figures. So you can't tell him about being Negro. And then there's your own family. You'd have to invent one.
Oh, yes, I know that.
And babies. What if you got married to him and had a baby? There's a risk it might
Yes,
be.
I know. My grandmother was married to a white man. We talked about it. She told me I shouldn't pass for white, but I did anyway. But I didn't ever expect to meet Rick and feel like I do now. I didn't know it was going so far. Oh, Sally, how can I give him up when I love him so? I know I can make him happy. I just know it.
Oh, don't take it so hard, Lila. It isn't over yet. Maybe it could work out.
What if I didn't have any babies? Lots of married people don't have them. But Rick is the important thing. And I think he loves me, Sally, like I love him.
Well, I guess if you really love each other enough, it could work. But I think you should give yourself a little time.
Oh, yes, I will.
Lila, look, I've got to talk to you. Now, you've been avoiding me ever since I asked you to marry me, Lila.
But Rick, honey, I
Lila,
told
the
you.
only thing that matters now is if you love me. And I've got to know one way or the other.
Oh, Rick, give me a little time to think about it. Why can't you wait a little while until we know each other better? There are things you don't know about me, my family.
Lila, I know everything about you I have to know. Now, you can spend the next 40 years telling me about yourself and your family. The only important thing now is if you love me.
That's the only important thing?
Yes, Lila, the important thing.
More important than anything? Other people, what I am, your family, everything?
Yes, Lila, everything. Now, Lila, tell me you love me and that you'll marry me.
I do love you, Rick.
Oh, Lila, that's wonderful. Look, I've got a great idea. This Saturday, we'll drive up to the country and you'll meet Mother and Dad, and, oh, Lila, they'll love you. And we'll arrange to get married right away.
Oh, Rick, right away? Well, shouldn't we be engaged first?
What? No. We've been engaged already and didn't even know it. Mother? Dad? Listen, they're probably upstairs. I'll go in the living room. Just wait. And relax.
Take your time, honey.
Mother, this is Lila.
Well, so you're Lila. We've heard such glowing things about you. I must say you're even prettier than Rick said.
It's so lovely meeting you, Mrs. Layton. And I've heard a lot about you, too.
Oh, Rick and I get along.
Hi, Rick.
Oh, hello, Dad. Listen,
Well, introduce me to the beautiful girl. There, that's the way to meet a girl. My, you are lovely. And Rick is a very lucky boy.
Thank you, Mr. Layton. It's sweet of you to say that.
Mrs. Layton, lunch is ready. Cook would like to serve it now.
Very well, Bertha. We'll be right in. We'll go in now. Can't keep Cook waiting. Why, Lila, dear, you've hardly eaten a thing. Are you on a diet?
Oh, no, Mrs. Layton. I had a big breakfast.
You've been asking us so many questions, the poor child hasn't had a chance to eat.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I suppose I have at that. But this has all happened so suddenly. We've had so little chance to get to know you. You know, I can't even remember your mother's name. Maiden name, I mean.
Carr.
Oh, yes, the Carrs of Richmond. I must remember to ask Florence Sutter about them. She has a sister who lives in Richmond. She comes to New York every fall. Oh, dear, I can't remember her name now. Be interesting if they knew each other.
Yes, it would.
When do you expect to go to Richmond?
To Richmond?
For the wedding arrangements, the invitations and announcement. Or do you think your family will come here to arrange things? I am so anxious to meet them.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
It's quite all right, dear.
Well, now, look, let's get back to my favorite subject, all right? The wedding announcements,
Mom and Gran won't be able to come to the wedding, Mrs. Layton. And they're not in Richmond just now. They had to go to California last week. My mother's sister, Aunt Lila, is very ill. She lives near Los Angeles.
Well, Lila, you didn't tell me that.
Well, you didn't give me much chance.
What a pity. We'll have to postpone the wedding until they get back.
Well, I'm afraid it will be quite a while